In celebration of our 150th anniversary, we continue our throwback uniform campaign with a closer look at our 1939 and 1956 uniforms. Until the rise of the Big Red Machine in the 1970s, the Reds teams of 1939 and 1940 represented the very best teams in franchise history. The 1940 Reds successfully defended the National League pennant the club had won in 1939, and while that 39 team lost the World Series to the Yankees, the 1940 club defeated the Tigers in a dramatic 7-game fall classic that remains the only world championship the Reds have clinched at home. The uniforms worn by these great clubs were first introduced in 1939, the same season that all teams in baseball wore a commemorative patch that erroneously dated the game's centennial to Abner Doubleday's mythical invention of the game in Cooperstown, New York in 1839. Due in large part to the tremendous success enjoyed by the club in the first years of the uniform's use, the club continued wearing this style with only minor changes all the way through the 1954 season. Future Reds Hall of Famers Paul Derringer, Ernie Lombardi, Frank McCormick, Johnny Vandermeer, and Bucky Walters were among the Reds greats who wore this uniform. One of the most iconic uniforms in Reds history, the one-year style worn by the 1956 Reds coincided with one of the most memorable seasons in franchise history. That season, a strong contingent of Reds hitters, led by Ted Kluszewski, Wally Post, Gus Bell, and rookie Frank Robinson, helped the club tie the then Major League record for home runs by a team with 221. The slugging Reds were the talk of baseball as the club's powerful bats kept the team in pennant contention into the season's final week. The vest-style uniform was a first for the Reds, and its adoption was inspired in part by the bulging biceps of Big Clue, the club's intimidating first baseman. The uniform also marked the first and only time that the club's Mr. Redlegs mascot appeared on the front of the team's jerseys. Future Reds Hall of Famers Gus Bell and Roy McMillan, Wally Post, and Frank Robinson were among the Reds greats who wore this uniform. For more information, visit reds.com/150.